pardon how I look. I'm in the middle of deep cleaning my house for the week. So when you're doing print and cut and you're putting your margins, or you're not adjusting your margins for what you're doing, it will cut off sides like that. So I'll show you real quick here, and I'll try to make this a very short video and not super wordy, because my other print and cut video is very wordy and very long. It's 16 minutes long, but I tried to put enough detail into it. So I'll try that. All right, so blank page. You've got your page setup panel, right? So I'm going to bring in an image real quick. Okay, this is an image I created on Canva and Photopea. So obviously I'm using my Portrait 3 mat. I have a Pro as well, and you'll see here in your panel screen, Pro mat, Portrait, cutting mat, or Cutting Machines Pro. Cutting mat is Portrait. Media size is your typical letter size. These are very important things to be considered of when you're doing a print and cut. So we're going to take this image, I'm going to drop it down to 30%. Now, you see the red ring around there? If you don't want that showing up, go up here, drop this panel down, click the transparent key. Now the red line has gone away. All right, so back over to your setup panel. Go to registration marks, turn them on. I do all the way up in the thickness. This is about where I want them in size. I sometimes change this, I sometimes don't. It depends on what mood I'm in. Now, go back to your first page of setup panel. Let's see if I can get this. I don't like how this is done, so I prefer to have it, shorter. But I'm not the developer. Now, it shows print border. I'm going to put cut border on. Normally I have cut border on, but I was doing sublimation last night. You see on your mat where your cut border is, which is the red line, and your print border is this right here. And I'll turn it off real quick to show you. Turn that off, turn it on. These two things are going to help you so much. Keep them on every time you do print and cut. Now, you can go over here, and in your height, you can adjust the height. Watch the red line. And you see how the red line is just above that cut border? That's what you want. All right, so I'm going to go up here to my replicate. I'm going to fill my page. Okay, so we've got our page set up, right? So now you're going to go up here to your print panel. Always, 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 always scroll all the way down and make sure that your cut box right there is still in the page line, which is the print border, which is what this end right here is. And then you can go and print. I'm in my house right now, and my stuff's out in the building. Then once that's done and print, you make sure you don't touch anything else. Once you've got your image printed, when you're doing this also, make sure this part, not just this part here, but this box is not in your hash marks. That will cause it to print off or cut off of your design as well, or not register at all. Just an FYI. Now, of course, you've got all these little lines and stuff. Highlight everything. cut edge. Sometimes the little marks come through too. That's an easy workaround when I'm messing with this image. And then you put your cardstock in and whatever mat you're cutting with. Let's see, whatever blade, and then I'm trying to remember what this actually means, but it has to do with your cutter. You make sure your cutter's turned on, and then select your blade depth, your force, how many passes, and how fast you want it to cut, and then hit send. But the main thing that I want to focus on is making sure that these two items are clicked on and checked, and the images fall in line with this, because that's what's going to help you not have that issue. I hope that makes sense.